Hey everyone, welcome back to another lesson here on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the most lucrative categories to sell in on Amazon. In the beginning, I was like selling in a bunch of different categories and trying to figure out kind of where I wanted to focus on. I was doing this general store approach and just selling a little bit of everything. And over the years, I've kind of really honed down into just one space that I like to sell in. I'll be presenting you with a couple that you could potentially build a brand around. So if that sounds like something you're interested in watching, be sure to stick around to the end so you pick up all that info. Don't walk away without every drop of that knowledge. And be sure to like and subscribe down below. But other than that, guys, let's just get right into it. Right, cool. So we're just going to totally jump into the categories. And the first one that I would say that, like, I'm not going to make you wait, the one that I love, I build my brands around this category. This is where I intend to build a $10 million Amazon storefront. Well, I want to be acquired for $10 million. Let me be very clear about my goals. Home and kitchen. I mean, that is, if I could only sell on one Amazon, someone was like, you got to pick one category to sell on Amazon and you can never sell in any other category again in your life, it would by far be home and kitchen. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's the largest category, at least one of the largest ones that you can sell in, which is probably why it's so broad in what it covers. Sell anything from a steak knife to a piece of art, pretty big spectrum there. And what I love about it is that you can make a relatively niche brand, right? Washington Home Goods or whatever. Wisconsin Home Supplies. I don't know. These are like horrible brand names, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think of a brand name that ties the value proposition back to the category. Something about decor, okay? Or something about home or something about kitchen. And then you can go and make 1,000 SKU storefront off of that. And that's a little ridiculous for private label. I don't think you'll likely ever hit 1,000 SKUs unless you're literally just arbitraging every possible thing with 100 VAs from Alibaba that might fit your criteria and putting it up. For the most part, home and kitchen. All right, so let's take a look at home and kitchen really quickly and just kind of show you what that looks like. I'll do this little stupid trick that I do. We go negative sign and then that. Searches for everything that isn't that. Then we'll put that into home and kitchen, right? Home and kitchen here. So now we can kind of see the breakdown of what home and kitchen looks like. This is home and kitchen as a category, and then everything that fits within that. So we have bedding, kitchen, dining, bath, furniture, home decor, wall art, ceiling fans, seasonal decor, party supplies. I mean, all of these fit into here. So we go home decor products. Then within home decor, we have all of these. We have door stops, we have home fragrance, home decor accents, dried and preserved flowers, artificial plants, and clocks, and all of these things. So you can see what I mean. Like, I would never need another category to sell in. This is where I like to sell. And now this also depends on your interests and your kind of, like, sorry to put it this way, but your taste level. You kind of have to have a good eye for selling like home decor, okay? My business partner and I both have a strong eye in design and style and the theme of products, picking up on market trends and customer interest and what stain would work really well on this wood versus this wood. And for this product, we have a new customer here, so they wouldn't want a rustic theme. They're quite the opposite. Maybe they want this dark gothic themed product. So obviously we're going to make it black. And there's just these certain like baseline taste level for home decor or style or interior decorating you might have to have if you're like, say you're going to build a decor brand. If you're like some rough and tumble guy that like works on cars and has never bought a piece of home decor in his life, don't build a decor brand, okay? There's no judgment anywhere. Go build like an auto brand, which I wouldn't recommend. That's a hard space. But go build like a tools and home improvement brand, okay? This word home's in there, but it's a little bit different now. Now we're talking about garage, tool organizers, stuff like that. Protein powder. I'm just kidding. But then that's what I love, right? This is my category. This is my thing. I think it's so versatile and there's so many good products that you could slide into this area. Let's go to the next one. So I think the next really cool one that you can potentially build a good brand in is, well, alphabetical work, sports and outdoors. Cool. So sports and outdoors, again, really big category. Theoretically, like there's a lot that you can do here. So we go to outdoor recreation, and then we can again see winter sports equipment, cycling, climbing. So now the reason that I like sports and outdoors, I don't have a brand there, I eventually probably will, is people who are interested in sports and or outdoor recreation are usually highly passionate and willing to spend lots of money on that type of product. For instance, I am through and through an enthusiast of fishing. My newest thing is fly fishing. I'm just addicted to it. I cannot stop thinking about it. Every chance I get, I go out and I go fly fishing. Specifically, I go, these big salmon or big anadromous fish like steelhead in these rivers in Western Washington, and it's just a blast. So it would not be difficult for me to spend $500 on fishing equipment. Some of you are like, that is the biggest waste of money. Yeah, for you. You don't love it. And someone might say the same thing about hiking. I love hiking. I go hiking every chance I get. I've climbed every peak in my state. That is, or summit, whatever you would call it. See, I'm clearly not a hiking enthusiast. Best boots, the best socks, the best bags, the best jackets, the best walking sticks, right? All of those things. Best rope, packs for food, all these little things, right? So we can see how a brand would form. And what I want you to start thinking about more and more is how you're going to form your brand to sell on Amazon. Let's go back here because I think this is a better layout of the brands. One of the last ones that I would say that I would personally think, like, this is kind of the route that I would take, building out this huge home and kitchen brand that I hope to get acquired for maybe 4x EBITDA and, sell it for $10 million and then start a new brand in a different category. Sorry, getting excited. Arts, crafts, and sewing. So again, it's kind of like we have home and kitchen, sports and outdoors, build a brand around both those areas. And then again, space where people like to spend money because they like doing the activity. I don't like selling commodities. I like selling things that people have somewhat of an attachment to, a passion for. Home decor can easily be seen as like a passion, right? Like people who have that like innate ability to interior design. They're always kind of thinking about that little extra thing they need for their room, or and they're generally passionate about it and they're excited, and if it's a good product, they want to leave a review. When you sell like a set of forks, just a mouse pad, it's like, okay, whatever, right? It's kind of just like I needed that thing. I'm not too excited about it. I don't think I've ever left a review for a mouse pad, but I will leave a review for fly fishing stuff. Or if you're a hiker, you might review your hiking stuff. Same thing for arts, crafts, and sewing, right? People that are crocheting, or I'm the wrong person to ask about this. But the point is, there's a lot of interest there, and the category is big enough, but not so big that you can dig into some niches and build a brand around that area, and easily with one name that's related to arts, crafts, and sewing, run a multi-six-figure brand out of that area. So that's kind of why I like those categories. Notice the similarity amongst all of them. They all have, like, someone might be passionate about these products. And the categories are big enough. It's not like a very small thing where it's like, oh, I like this subcategory of this larger category. No, it's always like kind of general. Start general and work your way back into something. What sticks out to you? I think it's more fun to sell on Amazon when you have a good eye for what you're doing, instead of just looking for all these general products. If you're just starting now and you have the time, I would honestly say don't go general. Start honing in now on what you want to do. What do you want your brand to look like in 10 years? Take advantage of those early few years of selling and starting your first brand, because do you want to put in your first 2 or 3 years towards something that you eventually just pivot and go, okay, now I'm going to actually start the brand that I want? Or would you rather already have 2 or 3 years in the bank from the footwork you put in towards the brand you always wanted to build? So start thinking that way. We don't have as much time as we think. It's amazing how quickly my birthday comes up every year. And I'm saying this in my early 20s, but it's just like, some of you are going to laugh at me. You're like 60. This guy's still young. But still, I'm amazed. It's like, oh, I wanted to hit this goal by this year, and I'm not even close. Right? Why is that? Well, you've been too general. Focus down on something and start working at it now. 10-year goal, 5-year goal, work backwards from there and start doing it today. That's what I'm going to leave you with for today. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end. sure to like and subscribe down below so you don't miss videos like this in the future. But other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Later.